Bankrupt Greece, which is constantly armed, has not paid its own soldiers for months. In Greece, the salary of soldiers on the border, which has not been paid for 6 months, has led to a crisis. It turned out that soldiers serving on the border were not paid in the country, which constantly triggered the crisis in the eastern Mediterranean and continued to arm despite the economic crisis, fearing Turkey. In Greece, which has escalated tensions in the eastern Mediterranean and is armed despite the economic collapse, personnel serving in military units in the border area of Merak, Evros, have not been paid for 6 months. Military Association of the Region of East Macedonia and Thrace, Epsilon.Sigma.Pi.Alpha/Theta, in a written statement, reacted to the Greek administration with statements: soldiers within the scope of the security zone, ZAP, on the border with Evros, Merak, have not been paid for more than 6 months. In Greece, which, despite its economic crisis, has not backed down from armaments spending, the unpaid salaries of military personnel at the border have caused a crisis. The Military Association of the Region of East Macedonia and Thrace, Epsilon.Sigma.Pi.Alpha.Mu/Theta, Merak, Evros, stated that personnel serving in military units in the border region did not receive a salary for 6 months. Soldiers within the scope of the security zone, ZAP, on the border with Evros, Merak, have not been paid for more than 6 months. It must be done, expressing its reaction to the Greek government. Met with dissatisfaction. In a statement addressed to the deputy of the military union in Parliament, the following statements were given: Dear Deputies, Military Union of East Macedonia and Thrace Region, Epsilon.Sigma Pi Epsilon.Alpha.Mu/Theta, knowing the special sensitivity you have shown to those serving in the armed forces in recent years, conveys to you the air of intense dissatisfaction that prevails in army personnel. Armed forces personnel serving in Evros, Merak, Prefecture are dissatisfied with the lack of payment for the services they provide to prevent migrant flows. Especially our colleagues who served in the following troops: 12. Mechanized Infantry Division, 16 Mechanized Infantry Division, 50 Mechanized Infantry Brigade. Within the Security Coverage Zone, ZAP, our colleagues who serve to prevent the flow of illegal immigration to our country have been unpaid for more than 6 months. The same situation is experienced in the first half of 2020, and the problem is caused by the Military Association of Eastern Macedonia and the Thrace region, Epsilon.Sigma Pi Epsilon.Alpha.Mu/Theta, after the report prepared by Evros, Merak, Parliament MP Mr. Christos Dermikopoulos was presented to the Minister of National Defense Mr. Nikolaos Panagiotopoulos. Armament up 5% despite crisis. On the other hand, Greece increased its armament share under the 2021 defense budget by 5 times compared to last year to €2.5 billion. A voting session in the Greek parliament adopted the state budget 2021, including the defense budget. The country's defense budget was increased to €5.49 billion, while the share allocated for armament spending within the defense budget was increased to €2.5 billion. Conducted exercises with French jets. After recent weeks of exploratory talks, the Greek government, which responded similarly to Turkey's pro-solution approach, but changed its attitude after leaving the table and took provocative steps, added another to its incitement attempts. Immediately after negotiations with Turkey, Greece agreed with France to buy 18 Rafale fighter jets. Another move has come from Greece, which has once again demonstrated its fear of Turkey with the combat jet agreement. The fighter jets, brought in following the Rafale fighter jet agreement with France, conducted the test flight. According to Greek media reports, 4 Rafale fighter jets brought in from Egypt were deployed at Tanagra Air Base north of Athens for the Greek military exercise Skyros. Greek military forces, which served photos of the jets making the test flight to the press, made a war cry with a message that they were ready for the exercise. This demonstration of the body, aimed at challenging Turkey, was met with joy in the Greek press.